I was going to record the intro to this video outside, but it's really pouring down now. It's looking like the sun's going to break through in an hour or so, which is really good. So where am I at? Here's the deal. I woke up this morning and I thought I'm going to head out. I got changed, ready to run. Walked outside, the rain was pouring down. I just didn't feel it. I really didn't feel it. I normally feel good about things. I'm feeling very positive at the moment, but basically I just didn't feel like I was up for it. But instead of pushing for a run that I just didn't feel was there, I'm going to do something a little bit later, if at all. Because at the end of the day, I want to be enjoying what I'm doing. I don't want to feel like it's a stress or a struggle or a chore, because that is not the point of this. I've had a run of really successful days. I've actually had a really good week. My week, obviously, I've not been at work, so I've been able to get a couple of things done. I did great times last week. Had some really good runs throughout the week. Discovered some new routes. It's been really successful overall. And if I look at the whole picture, I'm really pleased with how it's gone. As I've been driving to where I am at the moment, I've seen probably 4 or 5 different runners out and about in the rain. We've got people in just shorts and a t-shirt braving it. Some people in full ski wear, the whole works. The big jackets, the big trousers. A couple of people who are wearing lightweight running jackets but hunched over. And I've been working really hard on my posture, just trying to get myself just kind of a little bit more upright and really fully focused on what's ahead of me, rather than looking at the floor all the time and that kind of thing. And as you will know from a previous video, I don't actually have a waterproof jacket. I've got a windproof and a water resistant jacket, but not waterproof. And it was unpleasant at the time when I went out running, and I just became cold and it wasn't very enjoyable, and I want to avoid doing that because it's just not worth it. So actually, as I'm speaking, I can see the sun coming through. It's still raining though, so we'll probably get a rainbow in a few minutes. But the idea is, for today, I'm just going to see how it goes. I'm not going to have any pressure on myself to get out and do something if I don't feel up to it. It's just going to be what it is, and that's the point of this journey. The reason why I try, if I can, to do the daily vlog, just to give you a picture of what it's like. From the beginning of a goal to an end of a goal, and some days it's there, some days it's not there. You can see the sun's shining through now. Sorry, a little muddle of words. Look at that. Wow. Anyway, I will keep you updated on how the day goes, but as it stands right now, I did not go for my long run this morning. Alright, back home after a pretty busy day, and the sun is now out, as you can see behind me. So what I'm going to do is put my phone on charge for 25 minutes or so, get a little bit of battery back in there, because I'm going to head out for just something a little bit light. I really enjoyed what I did the other day, which was a 3k up the elevated hill just opposite where I live, and kind of round in a loop, and I was able to do 3k, and some of my splits were pretty rapid, around the 4.5 minute mark. So I'm going to go for 5k of that today, with the possibility of moving up to 10k. We'll see how we go. The point is, it's a really decent route, actually, for the fact that it's a bit of a challenge. As you begin to get a little bit more fatigued, it becomes more difficult, obviously, and I don't have to cross any roads or anything like that. So it's just straightforward, out and out running, no stopping, is what it is. So let's just get the phone on charge, and I'll see you out on the route. Just before I head out, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? Because in these kind of conditions, it's windy out there. It's about 9 degrees, so it's not really cold, but it would get to you unless you were running. So it's hard to know, either wear the supposed windproof jacket, which I'm still trying to figure out the technology behind how it's windproof. I've got that. I've got something a little bit thicker, which is kind of fleecy material, which, having worn it yesterday, I know that I get warm, my body temperature obviously improves much quicker, but then it leaves me feeling quite warm, not overheated, but it's just a little bit of a difficult thing to figure out at the moment. And because we've got quite a lot of wind, I don't know if I'm running into the wind or I've got the wind on my side, but as I go up and then back down, I'm basically going to be doing one or other, whichever way I go. What I also want to do is just take a moment to talk about my shoes and a little bit of an update. So this is the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 18. I don't actually know how many kilometers I've done in this. I'll try and get a number to put up on the screen above here, but obviously I track it through Strava. I also use these shoes on a kind of day-to-day as well, if I'm going out and about and I know I'm going to do a run later on. So it's become a bit more of an everyday shoe. So whatever number it is, you could easily add 100 kilometers or more to that. because I use them a lot of the time. Anyway, just check out the wear on these. I haven't had them. I've had them, I suppose, a couple of months, but basically what you can see here is the tread, I think, is pretty good. It's probably a better angle there. You can see how I am running. Obviously, there's more wear towards the heel there, which obviously shows the way that I do run. But I think, actually, pretty decent. For this tread, I'm running and doing a lot of mainly road running, but I do take these on different surfaces as well, and they've really held up condition wise. They're pretty good. This is right at the back here on the heel, so you can see a bit more of a compression there. But these are a great shoe. I really love them. I'm going to be running them in a moment. So I need to bear these things in mind, that at some point I will replace those, just because the way I use the shoe, obviously it looks like the heel. Someone might have to give me a better definition of what that means as a runner for me. I don't want to start throwing the word heel strike and they're not quite understanding exactly how best to explain how I run. But essentially, I think they've held up pretty well, and I will get a number to go across the screen so you've got an idea of how many kilometres I've done in those shoes to get to that kind of standard. But if I was a more even-footed runner, then the wear would be spread across rather than being so much focused on the heel. But still a lot of life left in them, and they feel really comfortable to run with, and that's the most important thing for me. Okay, 5k in 21:57. My previous record was 22:41, I think, so almost a minute quicker. The elevation is tough, really tough, because it just takes all that energy out, all that momentum after a nice long straight. And just when you feel like, I suppose, almost giving up, you hit the peak and then it plateaus out, and you can just get into that flow and get into that rhythm. Solid run, really solid run. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just entering in the 9k now, just beginning it with a time of 41 minutes. Now my 10k PR is 53, which means I'm on track to not only have broken the 5k today, but a 10k as well. Just before I came out, I watched a video by Seth. If you don't follow Seth, you should check him out. I'll link below. Basically, he said, go hard and hang on. I am. 10k in 45:11, beating my previous record, which was set back in July by 7, almost 8 minutes. I don't know the exact specifics. I'll put the updated times at the start of this video and detail them in the description box below. Today was supposed to be set aside for the long run. I've had a really positive week, my best half marathon last week, some promising runs this week, and then to break a 5 and a 10k in one run is just mind-blowing. I'm so pleased with myself, I'm so proud of myself. I knew when I broke the 5k that set me on the path for a decent 10k time. I couldn't be sure if I could hold out. As I said, I was just inspired by Seth's video. Go hard and hang on, and damn, I had to hang on. Whoops, I read that backwards. I read it as being the 10th of the 7th, being July, instead of the 7th of the 10th, being October. Of course, how could I forget? I set a 10k record at the beginning of this month, but it's broken now, so always moving forward, all about momentum.